Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, he's doing another video every single day. Wow, I'm so proud of you. This guy's wicked smart. He's wicked smart. He's got wicked content. Wow, that's some wicked coffee. What's going on today, guys? I'm your host, Massive Revision, and today we'll be talking about times I felt like I didn't get the score right on my review series, Plugin Police. When you're reviewing something, in my case, a plugin, you may have a certain score you set for it, and then over time that score may change. That's because sometimes your opinions change. Yeah, surprising. I've poured over my past content with blood, sweat, and tears over the last 24 hours. It's probably like 24 minutes. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe I'll go back a little further and see what other ones I feel like I could revise the score of. Place your bets today, guys. What plugins am I going to mention today? Is it that one? That one? Is it going to be Unison Audio Midi Wizard? Sure love magic. Of course not. That got the 0 it deserves. Okay, so the first one we'll be talking about, Melody Sauce 2. Melody Sauce is a melody generator, as you can kind of tell from the title. I think originally I gave this plugin a 7.5. You know, and after using it for a while longer, I think I made like bring that down to like a
5.5.
I mean, maybe I just got lucky when I was using it during the review, because the melodies I made with it were okay at the time. They were at least decent. Ever since I've used it back then, though, it's been terrible. It's been awful. At this point, it really does seem like a random melody generator, which is probably what it actually is. Maybe that's what all of these plugins are. It's just pressing random notes and moving them around in random places. If you want to use a plugin like this, you're better off using Captain Melody or Unison Audio Midi Wizard. Just kidding. Captain Melody or Scalar. They both have a lot more scale options, as well as the ability to edit the melody manually, like you can with Captain Melody. Captain Melody also comes with Captain Chords, which lets you do chords as well too, and so does Scalar. So I do think I rated Melody Sauce 2 a bit high looking back. I must have been a bit high. I'm walking here. The next plugin I thought about revising the score for was Mr. Bill's Slap. Mr. Bill's Slap plugin is a transient replacement tool as well as a drum processor. I'm not gonna lie, looking back, I think I wanted to like this plugin more than I did end up liking it, and that could be because I really like Mr. Bill. I do think I may have had some sort of bias towards it. Maybe I just really wanted to like the plugin because Mr. Bill made it, but I wasn't aware of this at the time. I do think I definitely overrated this plugin a little bit though. I would probably bring down the score at least 1 point, maybe more than that. I just don't find myself using this plugin pretty much at all. The only cool thing in it is the transient. The only cool thing in it for me is the transient section, and the rest of the modules just don't really sound that good to me. I'd much rather use something like Knock. Speaking of Knock, what the hell was that? Decap's Knock is a very similar sort of thing. You can't swap out the transients within it, but I do find the modules sound a lot better within it. Maybe it's just a bias, maybe it's just my perception, but I do find myself using it a lot more and being more happy with the results. I definitely prefer the sound of the clipping in this plugin over free clippers I've used. Definitely my favorite thing for all-in-one drum shaping. I'd give this plugin probably a 7 or 8 out of 10 now, maybe even an 8.5. Next, we'll be talking about the Waves Harmony plugin. Waves Harmony is just like the title says. It's a real-time harmony plugin. A great thing to use with vocals, maybe you can use it with guitars as well too. I do find it to be the best sounding and most probably natural sounding of any of these sort of plugins. I gave it a 9 out of 10 at the time, and I do think I may have overhyped it a little bit. Looking back at it now, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's still my favorite vocal harmonizer, but I don't think it was as great as I thought I did back then. Okay, next up we're talking about Infiltrator 2. Infiltrator 2 is a multi-effect tool that can sequence and modulate up to 10 effects at one time. It has 54 effects and 1500 presets. I gave it a 10 out of 10 at the time, and I do think I could bring it down to 9.5. I know I'm really splitting hairs here, but I just find that the one thing I did critique it about, I think I should have at least knocked it down up half a point for, and that was that the presets are all of like different volumes. So when you're going through random presets, you may just blow your ears off, and that's not good, I think. I still really recommend this plugin. I've gotten a lot of great use out of it. I do think I just should have brought it down a little bit from where I had it though. Don't worry, this video is not sponsored. No money exchanged hands. That's a callback. That's a callback. I don't say that. Someone else says that. Okay, next we'll be talking about the Fission MK2, which they call a multi-effects plugin, but really, in my opinion, it's just kind of like Mr. Bill's plugin, except it's a bit more focused just on the transient. I gave this plugin an 8/8.5 out of 10 at the time, and while I think it was a good idea, I just don't find myself using it that much, so this may be more of a personal thing. I could only see myself maybe using it in mixing applications if I get the blessing by the producer or artists, but really with rap and electronic beats, I just don't find myself using it that much. If anything, I would just swap out the drum sample and move on. Okay, and lastly, we're gonna go way back for this one. It's a chord pack with a bunch of different chords in it. I actually gave this a 4 out of 10, if you can believe it or not. This was at the very start of Plugin Police, so I don't think I was as harsh as I probably should have been. But looking back, that should probably be like a 1 or 2 out of 10. 4 out of 10 for this is crazy. especially when you can get this content for free nowadays. So, you know what, maybe we could throw it down to 0. I don't know. Somewhere between 0 and 3. We'll just say that. I don't think I need to elaborate on that too much more. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Should I do more videos like this? I do think there's a few other plugins I can go back here and revise the score for. I'm kind of thinking about Drip, to be honest. Make sure to follow my second channel if you haven't. We're posting there basically every single day. I think we're also on a roll for at least 3 days so far on that channel. So make sure to check that out if you haven't. Make sure to join my Discord or follow me on Twitter or Instagram if you want to give me suggestions for videos or just stalk and harass me. I would love that. Don't actually do that. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Incorporated.